Welcome to the MFR Coaches podcast, where we talk about how you can create a six-figure MFR practice. I'm your host, Heather Hommel. Not only have I been practicing MFR for 11 years, I'm also a life and business coach, especially for MFR therapists. My goal is for you to understand how to get fully booked, how to talk to your clients, and how to make sure they understand what's possible for them with MFR treatment. I'm here to help you stop under-earning, overworking, and burning out. I'll lend support so you can create the MFR practice you've always wanted. Learn how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town, and even if you're just starting out, and even if you've ran your practice for years. Let's go. Hey there, and welcome back to the MFR Coaches podcast. I'm Heather Hommel, and today we're going to talk about something probably a little uncomfortable, but really important. Why your business might not be profitable and the mistakes you're probably making without even realizing it. And don't worry, I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to show you the exact pattern that's keeping you stuck so you can finally change it. So let's dive in. There's a cycle I see so often in unprofitable businesses, and it goes like this. The business owner has a feeling, so they make a business decision, and then they have a consequence, which leads to ultimately a misdiagnosis of what the problem was in the beginning, which drains the resources and continues to provide no return on investment. So let me say this again. You have a feeling like fear, discouragement, or boredom. That feeling leads you to make a business decision based on that emotion. That decision creates a consequence you didn't want. Then you misdiagnose what went wrong. You throw time, energy, and money at the wrong solution, and you still get the result you actually needed, but you still don't get the result that you actually needed, which was more profit. Does this sound familiar to you? Let me give you a few examples that might hit close to home. Example one, not enough money. You look into your bank account and you think, there's not enough money coming in, and that creates the feeling of discouragement. And you think, what's the point? And you either stop selling or you buy a new software or you sign up for a course hoping it'll fix things. But now you've got even less money and even more anxiety. So you tell yourself business just doesn't work for you. But the real issue, you weren't consistently selling. But because the feeling drove the decision, you never got to the real problem. Example two, you're bored in your business. You're feeling a little disconnected, maybe even burnt out, maybe a little tired. And instead of asking why, you go and you do something like buy a new logo or pay to have your website redone or sign up for a branding photo shoot. All things that cost time and money, but don't actually solve the problem of boredom or lack of clarity in your business. And now you're still bored, you're still underbooked, and you're in the hole. So what would have helped? Looking at your client schedule or your offers or your boundaries or asking your coach for help, right? But definitely not your brand colors. Those are not going to help solve this problem. Example three, you get a bad client review. You get a weird comment from a client or a refund request out of nowhere, and immediately you feel fear or shame or panic. So you knee-jerk refund them, even if they didn't ask for it. And then when the next person inquires, you get a funny feeling. So you shut them down too, thinking, I don't want another one of those clients, or they're just not a best fit client. So now you're down two clients and your confidence is also in the gutter. The fear led business decisions, right? The fear led that business decision and your profit took the hit. Giving refunds when someone hasn't asked for one is just giving money away. Real quick, before we keep going, I want to make sure you know about something that's happening today if you're listening in real time. My free webinar, How to Build Predictable Profit Even in Unpredictable Times, is happening today, May 5th at 11 a.m. Central. You can register right now at www.themfrcoach.com/profit. Even if you're catching this episode a little late, go register anyway, and I'll send you the replay so you don't miss out. This is the kind of training that will change how you think about your business, and it's the perfect first step before applying to become a member of the Beyond 100K Mastermind, where we go deep into profitability, stability, and making actual CEO level decisions. The mastermind application is open until May 19th, but if you're listening on May 5th or 6th, you still have time to qualify for the 24-hour bonus. When you apply and are accepted, and your application is in by the end of day on May 6th, you'll get unlimited Voxer coaching with me for the entire 6-month program. Yes, that's basically like having me on speed dial for all of your business decisions and business drama. So don't miss that. Register for the webinar at www.themfrcoach.com/profit, and I'll see you there. All right, back to the episode. None of the mistakes that we were talking about happen because you're lazy or you're bad at business. They happen because you're not being taught how to lead like a CEO. You've been trained as a therapist, as a caregiver, as a healer, not a decision maker. So when emotions show up, you react like a human being, right? Like that's normal. But business decisions need to come from a different place in your brain. Business decisions don't need to come from your feelings, and they shouldn't be coming from your feelings. They should come from your facts. So what profitable business owners do differently? What are the things that they do? Here's the reframe that I want you to take away today. Profitable business owners don't make decisions based on how they feel. They know their numbers cold. They make decisions based on data. They stay calm in the face of hard things. And they sell to their clients even on the days that they don't feel like it. Profit doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being willing to lead yourself even when things are hard. And that includes allowing uncomfortable feelings to be there while still staying in control of your decision-making process. So here's your invitation. Before you make your next decision, pause. Ask yourself, what's the real problem here right now? What do my numbers say? Is this decision being driven by fear or discomfort, or is it being driven by facts? And if you're ready to build a profitable business that doesn't run on panic, impulse, or burnout, you know where to find me. If this episode gave you a light bulb moment, share it with someone who's ready to run their business like a true CEO. And don't forget to grab your spot in the webinar at www.themfrcoach.com/profit. And I'm looking forward to all of the applications as they come in and all of the sales calls that you can book with your application. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a minute and rate and review the podcast. I appreciate it. For more information, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The MFR Coach. And check out my website, www.themfrcoach.com for more information. If you are currently not working 20 hours or less and making 6 figures in your MFR business, I want to help you change that. Make sure you tune into the show and get on my email list so you never miss out on important trainings and information. To be the first to find out when we are enrolling next for my 12-month Business Foundations coaching program, get on that email list at www.themfrcoach.com/join. Inside this program, you'll learn how to raise your rate, overcome objections, and sell MFR. You'll become the MFR therapist that never under-earns and never burns out. It's up to us to make MFR mainstream, and it starts with you and your successful MFR practice. See you next week.